Thanks for tuning in to this edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard. For the next half hour, we'll meet Montanans going above and beyond, doing good and helping their communities. Let's begin with a powerful storm turned one Montana's family's life upside down, literally. Their home ripped from its foundation and crushed. In the aftermath, hope as their community stepped up in a big way.
This is a day that will forever haunt the Dalton family. On June 16th, their home was hammered by hail. A freak storm that literally flipped the family's life upside down. Their house was blown off its foundation and carried nearly 20 feet, landing on top of one of their vehicles and crushing it, destroying nearly everything inside.
So much into debt just to get this house livable, and now it's just all gone.
But in the wake of one of the worst days of their lives,
we've got up to 3/4 of the house gotten out of here, thrown away.
They've seen the absolute best from their community.
There are good people still out there that are willing to help.
Friends, family, even complete strangers have rallied behind them.
After many donations from the community, the Daltons received one more to help them get back on their feet.
One of our generous donators, Joanne, we have a 29-foot camper to stay in while the rebuild starts.
Joanna Poloni is donating her trailer to the family.
I decided that the family could use this for temporary housing.
Yeah, we're just really happy, you know.
She couldn't believe that someone in such a hard pinch like ourselves was able to just donate it without a second thought.
Thanks to Joanna, a woman they didn't even know until a few days ago, they're now out of hotels.
Being on the property again, you know, kind of gives us a little more home feel.
And rebuilding their life after experiencing the unimaginable.
Just hope that everyone else in the community still gets the same support that we have.
In Shepherd, Hannah Pettiferry, MTN News.
Dream Adaptive Recreation has hit their 40th anniversary. The organization has been providing people with disabilities more accessible recreational opportunities in Northwest Montana.
We've come a long way in 40 years.
For 4 decades, Dream Adaptive Recreation has been a staple in Northwest Montana, working closely with people with disabilities to make outdoor activities more accessible.
Having us being able to break down these barriers for individuals with disabilities and their family members, it really means the world to us because each of us are in our roles because we know the power of outdoor recreation.
Dream Adaptive Executive Director Julie Tickle says Dream serves nearly 400 children, adults, and veterans with disabilities each year. Programs include alpine and Nordic skiing, mountain biking, water sports, and more.
Over the course of 40 years, gosh, I would say it's in the thousands of people in our community here and also visitors traveling in that we've helped have access to the great outdoors.
Peter Butcher's granddaughter Elena is diagnosed with a severe form of autism. He says it's incredible to see her light up when she recreates outdoors with Dream.
She smiles a lot when she's out here, smiles a lot when she's skiing. Doesn't verbalize very much about it, but you know she's enjoying herself.
Tickle says volunteers are the motor that help Dream Adaptive go. Jeff Brown has volunteered with Dream for 3 years.
Nothing better than to see them smile and talk and scream or whoop or whatever it is, right?
Tickle says the demand for Dream services has grown significantly in recent years. They are hoping to meet the growing demand by building a year-round adaptive recreation center at Whitefish Mountain Resort.
Whitefish Mountain Resort has stepped forward and recognized that need and donated a piece of land up at the resort to serve as our year-round headquarters. So we are currently in the lead gift phase of a capital project to raise approximately $16 million to build our future home that will serve Dream hopefully for another 40 years or more.
More information on how to participate, volunteer, or donate to Dream's capital campaign can be found at kpax.com. In Whitefish, Sean Wells, MTN News.
In a small town like Hot Springs, it doesn't take much to stand out, but true dedication leaves a lasting legacy. Nurse Paula Stobie has been serving her community for nearly 40 years, and her impact goes far beyond medicine.
Paula is the rock of Hot Springs Clinic and Hot Springs in general, the community itself.
Stobie, a nurse at Hot Springs Family Medicine, is on the verge of celebrating her 40-year anniversary in January.
I started at Clark Fork Valley Hospital in January of '86, and I've been employed by them ever since. Worked at the hospital for about 15 years, and then I came up here to the clinic.
Since she started her career, Stobie has become a jack of all trades, getting her bachelor's degree in nursing, becoming an X-ray technician, as well as receiving a master's after she discovered a new passion.
I've really enjoyed teaching. Early in my nursing career, I did a lot of teaching of advanced cardiac life support.
For Stobie, there are special perks of being well known in her hometown of Hot Springs.
I'm allowed the privilege of caring for a lot of people that watched me grow up.
The community will always be important to her, and it motivates Stobie to continue her career there.
Wonderful thing about nursing is you can do any type of nursing anywhere, but this is always where I've chosen to be.
Although dedicating her life to nursing, Paula has no current plans to retire.
40 years, the conversation comes up once in a while, but when am I going to retire? But I'm always kind of pushing that out a little bit.
In Hot Springs, Maddie Kiefer, MTN News.
Billings firefighters are usually the ones helping others, but this time it's someone else helping them. Later this summer, Lowe's Home Improvement plans to do $280,000 remodel on one of the Billings fire stations.
They live there 24 hours. This is their other home.
Fire Chief Matt Hoppel is talking about Fire Station Number 5. The station, located at 24th Street West and Stillwater Drive, needs repairs. And Lowe's Home Improvement store manager Tim McFarland says his company is coming to the rescue.
They're looking to start this August, 1st of August.
What McFarland is talking about is a $280,000 remodel of the station, made possible through the Lowe's Hometown Grant Program. And McFarland says he is excited to make that happen.
Definitely ecstatic, because it's great to give back to the community. That's who we are as a company. Be able to revitalize and invest in our community. Couldn't think of a better project to be part of.
He's not the only one who's excited, though. Chief Hoppel says Station 5 has a lot of issues, and having Lowe's offer up some help would allow them to address those problems.
It couldn't have happened at a better time. When our facilities specialist notified me that we were going to be receiving the grant, especially right in the middle of our financial challenges and what we're facing right now with property taxes, it couldn't have happened at a better time.
In Billings, Matt Carmack, MTN.
There's a new hangout in Billings, and it's crawling with cats. The Kitty Corner Cafe invites you inside to relax and snuggle with adoptable kittens looking for their forever home.
The joys of cats.
He's purring right now, and he was like going right into my neck.
That soothing sound is something Lee Newell has been missing.
I've had cats all my life, and I lost one, as we all do, and I just started to go, I'm ready now.
So she came to the brand new Kitty Corner Cafe on the west end of Billings. Here, patrons can pay by the hour or get a membership to just relax with cats and kittens provided by the Yellowstone Valley Animal Shelter.
They're all chipped, they all come vaccinated, and they come kind of like pre-interviewed, pre-screened.
Not only can you come to the cafe to play with these adorable kittens, but you can also make them your forever friends.
I'm gonna go home with a kitten.
Newell was able to adopt a kitten that left a paw print on her heart in a calm setting that she says feels far from the chaos of shelter cages.
This is, I think, much more healthy for both kitty and person.
So it's a way for you to see their personality, for them to also see you, and to see if you'd be a good fit.
And that interaction was the dream for co-founders and friends Anna Claypool and Juletta Gilgy after visiting a similar spot in Bozeman and knew it was something Billings needed too.
We have no business experience, but we were like, I guess let's do it. So a week later, I followed up with her. I'm like, I'm serious. Are you serious? Should we do this?
And they did. After nearly 2 years of fundraising, the two were able to open their nonprofit officially on Friday to a warm welcome of feline lovers.
I don't think it's fully set in because it's been such a long road.
The space has become a completely new venture for the women, as both are also mental health counselors. Claypool will now have her practice just right next door.
And cats and mental health just go really well together. If you've ever had a cat like purr on your chest, or you get snuggles after a long day, that's really great for anxiety and depression.
Down the road, they hope to include an adjacent coffee shop and even older permanent resident cats. For now, it's a haven for not only people, but for the cats too.
We're just super excited to be here. This is new, this is unique, it's family friendly, and there's nothing like it in Yellowstone County.
In Billings, Isabel Sparts, MTN News.
According to the Montana Department of Health and Human Services, Montana mothers experience maternal depression before, during, and after pregnancy at higher rates compared to national estimates. But there's an Anaconda mother helping moms in Montana and all across the nation.
There's an old adage that it takes a village to raise a child, and right here in southwest Montana, a group of moms are finding a new way to build that village.
Oh wow, is that a
As somebody who has suffered from like postpartum mental disorders, you don't really know you're in it while you're in it. You are very like, tomorrow will be better. I made it through today.
Working with the fascia on her skull.
Amy Lowney is a licensed massage therapist, craniosacral therapist, and a postpartum doula. She focuses on helping moms and babies.
Unless you have people around you that are really looking at you and know what to be looking for, moms just slip through the cracks so easy.
According to the Montana Department of Health and Human Services, 1 in 5 women experience depression during pregnancy, and 13.5% experience postpartum depression. Montana recently introduced a support hotline for moms, but an Anaconda woman is taking that support to a new level with an online community.
So I really wanted there to be all of these people coming together where a mom could just step in wherever she is and say, I need this resource. I need this resource. I would love to connect and talk to you about this.
Sammy Garrett's online community hosts experts like Amy and consists of members from across the state and even the nation.
Is Asa when he was 3 months old. Maybe in the past we had our village of mothers together so we could all talk about it, but now I feel that we've lost some of that connection to them and also to ourselves.
New mom Jessica Minch is speaking from her home in Atlanta, Georgia. She says being able to access information from experts and share experiences with others helped her stave off her feelings of isolation.
I think especially in rural communities, having choice and access to evidence-based resources to then have all the information laid out in front of you and then turn inward what feels good for me and my family.
In Butte, Megan Thompson, MTN News.
Brittany Higgs is carrying freedom from Billings to Denver.
It is the most inspiring thing.
Literally.
There are so many people here in the community of Billings that are rallying behind this cause and the survivors that we serve.
Meet Brittany Higgs and Freedom the Goat. The two are on a 580-mile journey to the Mile High City.
Freedom coming along with us to just learn how to follow us, and she's done an incredible job, and so that's been our training.
It's not for bragging rights. Brittany is the CEO and founder of Her Campaign, a local nonprofit that provides either long or short-term housing for victims of sex trafficking.
So often when survivors make the brave choice to actually exit a trafficking situation, or they have first responders that are there to help them, they don't have a lot of options for their next step.
That's where Her Campaign comes in. Safe housing for victims is available both in Denver and Billings. With funds raised from the 580-mile walk, Brittany hopes to expand the Her Campaign to the East Coast.
As I heard their stories, they would tell me over and over again, I wish I would have just died in captivity. Even though they were physically safe, they had been rescued from trafficking, they still didn't believe that anything was left for them.
Brittany isn't doing the walk alone, though. Her family and Freedom the Goat are tagging along.
This goat is living her best life.
I'm really excited for it,
including Brittany's 14-year-old son, Asher, who's been with the movement since the beginning.
This event, I feel like, is a really good way to connect with family and me and Mom to be connected a little more.
Asher says he's willing to walk 20 miles a day after his own experience meeting survivors and seeing their resilience.
I kind of thought of them as family and not much their background and what they came from.
The Higgs will be in Denver in 35 days. Next stop, Red Lodge, Montana.
Truly nothing is impossible, and these women show that to me every single day.
In Billings, Matt Carmack, MTN News.
In Butte, history isn't just remembered, it's being restored. The Dust to Dazzle tour gives visitors a rare look inside historic properties, each brought back to life, showcasing Butte's rich past and vision for its future.
For years, a group in Butte has been turning homes from dust to dazzle, and people will get a chance to take a tour of the latest homes that have been restored and learn the importance of preserving history. So let's take a look inside.
We're getting done, and it'll be quite the dazzle when it's done, but it'll be in between dust to dazzle when you come to see it.
This is one of 6 historic properties in Uptown Butte that is being renovated and showcased in the Dust to Dazzle tour on Saturday, June 28th. Citizens for Preservation and Restoration has hosted this event since 2005 to stress the importance of preserving historic properties.
The situation is still a little dire in Butte, but certainly not as dire as it was 20 years ago, say, when demolitions were occurring right and left.
One property being featured is a former warehouse. A Butte couple spent the past 4 years restoring the building that had fire damage and was in disrepair.
There's a great sense of satisfaction in taking something that's been so dilapidated for so many years and kind of bringing it back. And we just like to show people in Butte that this is the types of projects that you can do.
Many believe preserving old buildings brings tourism dollars to Butte. The event goes from noon to 5 in the evening, and tickets can be purchased at any of Butte's bookstores. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
Yeah, everybody has put in their sweat and tears kind of deal into this.
This alleyway in downtown Billings is undergoing a transformation, just like many of those who are doing the painting.
Absolutely inspiring. Yeah, I'm not an artist, but I had a good time doing it.
The nearly completed mural in the alley outside the building, where many have found sobriety and sanity through AA and NA, is being painted by residents of Alpha House, a men's pre-release center. Josh Burks is one of the residents.
And then we get a lot of people walking up and down through here that are recovering and that need recovery. And so when they see this, I think, it's uplifting for one. And so it kind of just, lifts their spirits as they're on their way to hopefully a meeting.
Local artist Judd Thompson is leading the project, says it's always been a dream to do something like this.
It really made an impact on me as an artist to work with these guys and to hear their story and just know that sometimes when you're down out on your luck, that you just need to pick up a brush and start painting and get out of your mind. And I heard a lot of those comments.
Some of them are just terrified after being in prison for so long to take those first steps back into community. And when you do it like this and you have community members walking by all day and saying, hey, that looks great, it's wonderful that you're doing this, they get excited and they take it to heart.
The money for the project came mostly from an anonymous donation to make the area a little more welcoming.
Something that's going to stick around downtown Billings for quite a while, probably past their stay at Alternatives or Alpha House, and it's just something that's going to be around for a while.
And for residents like Josh, who's about to finish his time at Alpha House and embark on a fresh journey, it's a positive way to leave his mark.
My contribution is in this alley. Now, I've been to both these meetings, so it means something to me as well. It's been a great experience for me. It needed to happen. I wouldn't change a thing.
In Billings, Russ Riesinger, MTN News.
Montana may not be known as a soccer powerhouse, but a group of young athletes from Billings is changing that. Against all odds, the 2010 Real Billings girl team just made history, becoming the first team from the state to punch a ticket to the national tournament. Now they're asking the community to get them to Florida.
No one ever expects like Montana to be really good at soccer.
The doubt was certainly there.
I didn't think we were going to get that far, really.
Both from athletes and coaches.
I probably didn't see us moving on to the final.
And to be fair, historically, they certainly had a point.
No Montana team has ever won this.
But as the regional soccer tournament kicked off in Boise, it became clear that the 2010 Real Billings girls were going to be a force.
Wow, we're here to play.
And they started to sense it too.
Once we started playing and once we started getting our results, then the expectations started to grow.
Thanks to some timely goals and lockdown defense, the Billings team, which boasts athletes from all 5 area schools, Lockwood included, arrived in the championship game against Alaska.
Which was honestly unheard of. Like no one ever expects Montana and Alaska to be in it.
With a chance at nationals and history on the line.
It was kind of surreal. I don't think I slept very well the night before.
Lack of sleep aside, for head coach Kevin Luce, his team, just like they have done countless times before, came to play, winning their 5th straight game and becoming the first Montana team ever to book their ticket to nationals in Florida.
Everyone was like hugging, cheering.
It just all hit me afterwards, and the girls came over and hugged me after the game, and it was like, oh my gosh, we really just did that.
That team spent hours, days, weeks, and months here at Amen Park training for that very moment. And now that it has arrived, they're hoping the community can step in to help them get to nationals. A fundraising campaign has been started to help the team travel to Florida for the tournament at the end of July. Luce says the support has already been felt.
Billings has a huge soccer community. And I think they'll really rally behind this team.
Which is good news, as this group looks to keep turning heads on the biggest stage while having a little fun.
Just having that experience itself, like going out to Florida, is just amazing.
I think it'll be great, because even if it's in Florida, it's still kind of like a mini vacation too.
In Billings, Charlie Kleps, MTN News.
We hope you enjoyed this week's edition of Positively Montana. I'm Hallie Schwinnard, and we'll see you right back here next week.